What's up YouTube, Plus Master here. I got my friend Steven here and we're going to teach him how to play Vanguard overdress. So, how much do you know about Vanguard?
Little to absolutely nothing.
Alright, so he's perfect. We're going to mold him, try to teach everything. So, the best way to start playing Vanguard is to familiarize with a Vanguard. So, we have a few ride lines here, and we're going to be putting some up on the screen as well and going over those later. So first, let's go over the Dragon Empire one, since we are a Dragon Empire main channel. This is going to be Nirvana, which is the trial deck one, and what their niche is you use Trickstar and you call on top of it to get extra power. So, like this guy's skill, when he's overdressed on top of Trickstar, he gets an additional +10 when it attacks a Vanguard, and you can Soul Blast 2 to pop a rear guard, and there's others like him. So, if that piques your interest, you go over those, and then the ride line just ensures that you get this. This ensures that you get this. So, this is your main focus of the card, of the deck, right there. And then this is Keta Sanctuary, which we have Bastion, which is a really good competitive deck if you want, and it focuses mainly on grade 3s. So with drive checks, which is when your Vanguard attacks, you get to check the first card on top of your deck, and then the grade 3 gets to check 2. So when he checks a grade 3 on that top 2 cards of your deck, you can stand up one of your other grade 3s, and then it can make an additional attack. So it's really good for being able to do that. And then the ride line just focuses on trying to get you some sort of advantage by having so many grade 3s in your hand. And they mainly get power-ups and skills by having a certain number of grade 3s. So the Dark State over here, which is another high competitive deck, focuses on manipulating the soul to be able to do like certain tricks and plays and combos by putting things into the soul and then pulling them out to be able to do additional attacks and stuff like that. And they focus on a turn 4 just like powerhouse attack where they just try to kill you, basically. And then this one right here, it's got a good play style, but it's just not as strong. This is the Stoicheia one here for the trial deck, Magnolia, and it just allows you, to do multiple attacks and use your guys in the back row, and it's got some really nice artwork. It's got like a bunch of animals and beasts and things.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah, right? And it's a cat, so
yeah.
you like
yeah,
cats,
yeah,
so
cats,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you or Kichi might like that dude too.
So much, yeah, Kichi would definitely like this too.
Alright. So then, like whatever you have, just stockpile it and let me know what questions you have, so I can go into deeper explanation, basically. So this ride line, it's kind of unique. What they use a little bit more often now is these order cards. And this one, if you're familiar with something like Yu-Gi-Oh, it's a field spell. So you're gonna rest one of your units and you can play this, and the grade 1 gives it to you for free from deck. So you search it out, so you really only need one of it. But what it does is you get to take your opponent's cards from their hand, drop, and field, and put them into a prison, which is stacking them underneath this card. And then they have to pay a toll to get them out by counterblasting or soul blasting.
It's like a bail.
Yeah, exactly. To pay the bail to be able to get them out. Man. So it's got like really good strategies.
That's pretty brutal, man. Cause
yeah.
if they've got a like good setup.
Yeah.
You can kind of throw that in there as like a monkey wrench to.
Yeah. Yeah. It only works really for this ride line.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will mess you up because there's cards that can just rip cards out of your hand while you're trying to like defend yourself, basically.
Okay,
yeah. So it's pretty good. And then the one thing with that you kind of have to watch out for is there's like on-place skills that they can reuse again. So it's just like when you call it, that's the only time you get to use it. So when you prison it and they pay the cost to get it out, that's placing it again, so they get another chance to use the effect.
Okay.
So that's the only thing. So you might want to just kill those ones and then imprison the other ones, unless they don't have any resources. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
So, what are your impressions of the first 5 ride lines?
Honestly, I really like the designs on here.
Nice.
On these.
Cool. Yeah, he's
What
good.
line was this again?
That is Bastion.
Bastion.
Apex Ruler Bastion.
You're saying this was a more competitive deck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So if I kind of want to get set up to like really learn the game and get competitive.
Yeah, he would be a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, he would be a good one to get used to. And he's not like a super high skill level to like get into, because you are dealing with like a lot of power. So as long as you can just like resource your cards to be able to like continuously do the power every turn, to be able to just overwhelm them, you'll most likely win, because you don't want to make the game go on too long, because all the grade 3s have 0 shield, which is something we'll go into later, but they have no shield value, so you can't really use these unless the card says that you can use it as a shield value thing. So it's a quick attacker. You can usually just turn 3, you're really trying to just kill them basically, because you have so many attackers, and you can kind of get, depending on the build, you can get 5 stands, I would say. Oh, well, not 5 stands, but 5 attacks. 2 stands, like 1 from him and then 1 from like another card. And so it's, yeah, definitely competitive.
What deck did you start with?
I started with Dragon Empire, just because I've always liked Overlord. It was the first Vanguard I chose, basically.
Okay.
And this was the representation at the beginning of Dragon Empire, which I played Kagero. That's what it was broken down into 5, or grouped together, I guess you would say, into 5 nations, which are these 5. And then there's one more, but it hasn't been released yet for overdress.
Okay.
So each nation was put together by a clan, like all these different clans, and Kagero was one of the clans, and like something like Shadow Paladin or Royal Paladin was part of Keter Sanctuary, and then Spike Brothers were Dark States, or Gear Chronicle, or Pale Moon. So there's all these different like clans, like tribes basically, that create the nation. And overdress takes you, I believe it's like 3,000 years into the future. So all the clans have become nations now to be like stronger.
Okay.
And stuff.
Okay.
So, and that's where we're playing from. We're playing from 10,000 years in the future on planet Cray.
Okay.
So, which planet Cray is just basically this planet that's similar to Earth, that has a connection to Earth. So whatever card fight in the anime that's happening is happening on that planet. So that's why there's the whole connection to the cards, which I kind of saw that you might want to play that. That's why I actually, yeah, that's why I kind of just hooked you up with that, because it's just a good, like, it has stuff already. I gave him the Shadow Paladins, which is also Keter Sanctuary, so it's kind of cool that he chose the same thing. I was gonna give you these cards anyway, just so you could test it out and see other different stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
And we're gonna be going to the card shop later today too, and he'll be able to look at some stuff, and then maybe see if he can enter a tournament for the first time. See how that is.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and then
I'm excited though. You know,
Yeah.
I just want to get up to speed so I can jump in and
yeah. Yeah, it's like a good time.
Get my ass whooped.
Yeah, you have to lose, to figure out certain things that you're good at with the deck, and things that you should do, which I'll try to go over some of those like little tips that I've learned along the way that are just like really kind of useful. Like,
okay.
They're just like little things that just don't seem like that big of a deal, but they kind of make like a big difference. You know, just by the card resources.
All right.